Ed Winnicksbaum.
And I'm Crystal Alwood.
You're watching Bizarre Update at 11:45, bringing you the weirdest, most wonderful tales from around the world.
We travelled to Bombay, India, in Asia, to a club that was born with a smile on its face.
These days, life's a drag for many people. Here in the U.S., there are even classes that teach you how to laugh and smile again. But there is no need for these drastic measures in India, where the sun always shines and life is one big laugh. Well, it is if you're a member of the Bombay Laughter Club, the club that meets once a week to titter their cares away. The 50 men and women of the club believe that giggling leads to health, guffawing leads to wealth, and that laughing away the gloom of the day is the only way to live in old Bombay. So it smiles all round as the club that grins together wins together.
I bet whenever they fly, they get free air smiles along the way.
You're such a card, Crystal.
Hey, and remember,
stay weird, watchers.
True!
Mommy, it's the Avon lady.
Avon calling means a special welcome. Naturally. There's all the pleasure of choosing your cosmetics at home in comfort. Avon calling. Welcome your Avon representative.
Will you please welcome Carlisle's King of Cosmetics, 81-year-old Jim Knott.
And I saw an advert in the local paper. Avon reps wanted. Phoned up, got the job.
For the last 6 years, Jim has been selling Avon Cosmetics to over 120 people.
And then onwards I've had the time of my life, going round seeing all sorts of folk from 18 years old to 85, 95.
The first time I met Jim was when my mum moved in. He knocked on the door and introduced himself. And after he'd gone, I thought he was one of these pensioners that had gone a bit doolally.
Yes, I would recommend Jim as a salesman. When I was given the brochure to look through, he, he gave me good advice on these bags that I bought from him. These lovely bags.
It might seem unusual for an 81-year-old man to be an Avon representative, but Jim Knott is living proof that representatives actually come from all walks of life, and he's actually one of the top-selling representatives in the Carlisle area, very popular with all his customers and his fellow representatives.
Occasionally I'd try myself, lipstick or something like that, to let them see what it looks like. But preferably I used to ask them to get a mirror, just try it on themselves, and I always had a cotton pad to help them wipe it off again if they didn't like it. And also the fact that I would never leave anybody's house until I got a smile out of them. I want to get the Queen's birthday card when I'm 100 and still be doing Avon when I'm 100.
The scene, a French courtroom. Jean Bourcois, a Belgian pie thrower, is on trial for assault with a crimped heart.
On the 21st of May, Your Honor, I was assigned to protect the French Minister of Culture in Cannes. The minister and I were just leaving the hotel when the defendant rushed forward and assaulted him with the weapon. I leapt to the defense of the minister and was struck, causing 730 francs damage to my uniform. I arrested this man and charged him with assault.
Vive la pâtisserie!
His name is Monsieur Yann Bourcois.
Well, Monsieur Bourcois, what do you have to say for yourself?
Your Honor, tap throwing is a traditional method of Belgian self-defense. The Japanese have their karate. We Belgians have our pie throwing. I apologize to the gendarmes.
I would point out, Your Honor, that this is no ordinary, normal, average Belgian tart thrower. He is, in fact, le Ontarteur. Your Honor, this is a dangerous man. I implore you, send him to jail immediately.
You expect me to send you to jail for throwing cream tarts? Don't be ridiculous. I find this all highly irregular. I shall have to think about it. Court adjourned for 1 hour.
Little did the judge realize that Jean Bourgois was in fact the head of the International Patisserie Brigade. Each August, in a secret location in Belgium, he would train new recruits in tart throwing.
Monsieur Bourgois, if pie throwing causes no harm, and only the dignity of French politicians is damaged, then it's a waste of time bringing this action. Case dismissed.
Parrots occur, naturally, in the warmer parts of the world, such as Australia and South America. Not surprising, then, that they find Britain rather chilly. Now a fashion designer from London, Nigel Pemberton, believes he has the answer. Nigel, tell us more about these pullovers.
Well, it's a range of leisure knitwear for parrots, designed to be warm, obviously, but with enough freedom of movement that the birds can get around quite easily too. This particular sweater has quite a rough, almost a punk feel, but I'm working on some more traditional type pullovers as well.
So woolens are in for Britain's shivering parrots, but what about a polyester pilly for the summer?
Looked up the answer, didn't you? Didn't you?
Did Elizabethans keep apples under their arms and then swap them as a sign of true love? True! Does Michaela Strachan work part-time in a zoo? Is 81-year-old Jim not an Avon representative? True! Did Jean Bourgois attack politicians by throwing custard pies at them? True! Competition!
Hello, all you culture vultures. Welcome to The Art Beat. On this week's program, we'll be meeting a man who was born and bred in Stockport. He's the toast of that town. His works popped up on The Big Breakfast. In fact, you could say his reputation's spreading fast.
Toast. A little piece of toast.
Toast painting is what happens when instead of putting marmalade on your toast, you paint it. Since time began, man has painted on all kinds of materials such as bark, bone, walls of caves. There's no reason on earth why one shouldn't paint on a piece of toast. You need a piece of toast, and it can be bought toast like this or homemade toast. You need some white paint with which you can cover the surface before you start your drawing, and then leave it to dry.
Toast. I'm gonna think about it some.
Burnt toast. This is featuring the forest fire. And here we have the Great Barrier toast. And a crispy morning painted on a potato chip.
That's toast.
This one of my favourites, Toast Impressionist Blues. When it's dried, it's going to look like this. And with a felt tip marker, you can start drawing your image onto that.
That's toast.
And you will need your pots of paint or tubes of paint. Any paint will do. It's better if it's a water-based paint. When it has dried and been varnished and put in a little box, it can look something like this. It need only cost a couple of pounds. Use your loaf.
That's toast.
Does John Dronsfield paint his works of art on toast? What do you think? Is it false or is it true? Why not call us here at FoT and let us know what you think? If you think the toast artist story is false, phone 0891 555 301. But if you think the toast artist story is true, phone 0891 555 302. The lines are open now and will stay open until 9 o'clock this evening. Please leave your name and telephone number. Don't forget the area code. You must ask permission to make the call from the person who pays the telephone bill. Winners will be selected at random from the correct entries and will receive our exclusive FoT fleece, mug, t-shirt and camera. The winners' names will be announced on the next FoT.
Yes, use your loaf. What do you think? Does that man paint on pieces of toast? If you're ringing in because you think it's true or false, make sure you dial carefully.